Hello and welcome to the Bear Pit TV. This is my preferred 11 for our Saturday afternoon kick-off game against Newcastle United away. I think most people will probably be able to predict what's coming up, but nonetheless, here we go. Formation is obviously going to be 3 centre-backs, 2 wing-backs, 2 defensive midfielders, then an attacking trio of 3. So before I jump into the actual first 11, I hear that Shawcross and Cameron are potentially out of the fixture, which is a big shame. Obviously, they've both been performing quite well this season. So with that in mind, my defensive trio at the back will be Wimmer, Indy and Zuma. Left wing back will be Eric Peters again. I think he's still doing okay despite a few criticisms here and there. I think his season's been all right so far. Due for right back, who had a very, very good game against Man United. I feel that was probably the best performance in right wing back position. Defensive midfielders, I'm going to go for Joe Allen and Darren Fletcher. For those that listen to the podcast, you won't be too surprised to know that if Cameron is or was fit, I will be playing him instead of Joe Allen. I think he offers a little bit more at the moment. I don't think John's quite firing on all cylinders, but nonetheless, it looks like Cameron's out. So in that case, it will be Joe Allen and Darren Fletcher. So then the front 3 will be Hesse on the left. I feel like since his goal, he could have scored against Man United. He's gone a little bit quiet in recent games. He's not pulled up any trees. I think he's probably still feeling his way into the Premiership. And that early goal maybe raised expectations of what he can deliver immediately. So I feel like we need to give him a little bit more time. Up front, as you know, I've always favoured Berahino in the up front position if you've watched these first 11s. But how on earth could I drop Choupo-Moting after the performance and goals against Man United? I can't drop him, obviously. So he will start up front, or in that central position of the trio anyway. And then on the right wing, it will be Shaq, who I feel is starting to come into his own at last after several seasons at the club. I felt against Man United, he really I don't know, there was a bit more of a swagger about him. He seemed to want to kind of take on that role as the creative driving force. And I think it's long overdue for Shaq to assume that position and believe in himself to be that player. But I did see elements of that against Man United. So, to recap, it's going to be Jack Butland in net, who I don't think I even mentioned originally. But anyway, Jack Butland in net, obviously. A back trio of Wimmer, Zuma and Indy. A left wing back of Eric Peters. And a right wing back of Juve. Further forward, Joe Allen, Darren Fletcher. And a front 3 of Hesse on the left, Choupo-Moting up front, and then Shaq on the right. I think most people actually agree with that squad player for player. I don't think there's too much we can really alter there. Some people might want Eric Peters out just because, but generally I think that's what Hughes will go with. And I'm going to predict that we'll beat Newcastle United 2-0. Goals coming from, I think Shaq's overdue one, I think he'll score. And I also think, I don't know why, I think Hesse might nick it over. Very specific prediction, but there we go. 2-0 to Stoke. Thank you for watching.